What's poppin', Mo? Listen, there's a big thing going on out here in New York that the homie of Hocus 4/5 has issued. He issued a challenge, right? And it's for everybody to drop their flags. But this is the crazy part about dropping your flag. Is it something you need to do? Is it something we should do? We're gonna get into it. You know why? In my personal opinion, blood in New York was a quagmire. And that's what this is about. The quagmire of being blood on the East Coast. It's the Smoking Section TV.
I keep a 9 anyway. For the day, one of my homies wanna swap, I'm still rolling with the lynch mob.
All right, listen. So the homie, Hocus 4/5, he's doing a challenge called "Drop Your Flag," right? But this is the thing about dropping your flag. When you get down with something, you down with something for a long, 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 long time. Now, it's for life with a lot of things. You don't see people in the Klan dropping they shit. They step away from it when it's federal beef, of course, but for the most part, if people make it through that, they stay there. You don't see any of the police ever stop wearing blue, you know. You don't see college fraternities stop throwing up the Sigma signs and the Alpha signs and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's about being down. I'm not saying that Hocus is wrong. He's 100% right. But the thing about it is, there's people that if they stayed homie, if they stayed blood, and they stepped away from street life and became professional, like Quell. Quell professional. He's a writer, XYZ. Everybody know the Big Bro story. Shout out to him. You know, shout out to the Rolex. Love move a man down always. You know what I'm saying? You know where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? But again, when you drop your flag, you're depriving the community of a leader, in my opinion. See, the kids want to be in the streets, so what better thing to see than a nigga from the streets that, he opened a business, he got a couple of houses, maybe he got a really good executive job, you know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. It's about making it through, staying down, and repping your shit in an office. Like me personally, I wrote a few books, right? I would rather be homie and be an author and be able to show niggas that it's easy to get out the street and that it's easy to get into something else. For a lot of us, street life is the reason we made it to the places we made it. For a lot of us, street life is our backbone. Like they said, if it wasn't for the streets, it wouldn't be where I'm at. That's a different type of schooling. It's a different type of lifestyle. It's a different type of lesson. It's like going to prison, right? When you go to prison, they call it college. You're either going to learn to be a better criminal or you're going to be the person that learns to be a good person. Or you might be a mix of the two. A lot of smart niggas come out, mix of the two. But again, let's go to 93. 93, the homies came into existence because the blacks felt that the Latinos were oppressing them, So they came up with something. They came up with their own thing. Not really their own thing, the motherland is the motherland. Shout out to the West. So they copied their whole style. And when you got certain type of dudes creating certain type of things, if there's no intelligence involved, then it turns out to be a fucking shit show. You know what I'm saying? So in this case, the idea behind what was going on was real. But what it turned into, again, was a quagmire. Now look. In your town, in your city, there's rules in prison. So the rules are on the East Coast, boroughs and towns. It's not like the West Coast where it's black, white, Latino. It's a little bit of racism. It's a little bit of segregation. It's a little bit of that black, white, Latino shit. in New York State prison. Like in New York State prison, rape is at a minimum. See, my personal scope, that's a down south thing. Down south niggas be trying to conquer men, make a man bow down. So in down south prisons, there's a lot of sexual activity because in their mind, a lot of them dudes, that's conquering a nigga. Over here, we don't do that. Yeah, our rules are broken. Yeah, we avid code breakers over here. And now the world thinks we're followers, you know what I'm saying? But that's not the case. Let me not get off the subject. So people getting oppressed. And so, you know, a couple of guys from 183rd and all that created something. And they used it to protect the blacks. And the men that started that shit, not all of them were stupid. Not all of them were low IQ dudes. But the dudes that were strong and the dudes that were smart, they have the reputation that they have. These are the guys you hear about. These are the smart ones. The guys you hear about. The guys that everybody want to talk about. These are the small ones that made it through, was banging, put in heavy work, spilled blood. Listen, the rules is lessons not learned in blood is soon forgotten. That's the rule. This vlog right here is like an emergency vlog because I don't want anybody to think that I'm against dropping your flag. The flag wasn't ours to begin with. The flag belonged to the West Coast. We used their ideologies in an emergency circumstance. And so the funny shit is, after the oppression from the Latinos and blacks stopped, the Latinos said, yo, we ride the 5. That's over here. We ride the 5. So now they're together. But see, what that was about was pressure. You know what I'm saying? That was pressure. So now you got a crew of blacks that's not having it. And they're protecting the soft blacks. But they're also bullying the soft blacks. You know, in our community, we do bozo shit to each other. That's why this drop the flag challenge ain't bullshit. Because it's a remedy to show that we are not animals. 100%, we are not wild animals. We don't destroy our own shit. What we do is we just don't honor each other. And that's our problem. I ain't gonna preach. Once all that shit happened in jail where the gang banging wasn't really gang banging, motherfuckers came home and started being idiots. So you got a dude that can control 100 men and he got them selling drugs. Okay, in the streets, shit like that happens. But at a certain point, when you got 50 niggas selling something off, like you got a brick and you got like 50 dudes working off a brick and you bird feeding them. Come on, man, open something in the community. I had 3 flower shops. My baby mom's was an entrepreneur. She showed me how to think. You know, shout out to T. You know what I'm saying? The woman after her is the woman that I went into business with and learned the flower business. Like, this shit ain't a game. The whole goal is to get that money and get out. The whole goal is, if you banging, is to bang your shit, rep your shit to the best of your ability, stand tall, and then fall back. You put on all black, you just fall back. You don't see niggas on the West Coast doing this shit. This is why the Adam Deuce, nigga. This is why he said what he said, because it's funny, like, oh, y'all niggas is quitters. All right, fine. The West Coast, you got generations of fucking Crips, generations of Bloods. Their great-grandfather done killed niggas over the Blood. Their great-grandfathers done killed niggas over the Crippin'. It's different over there. That shit is bi-generational. It's just going. This shit is over here now. Look, listen, let's be serious. There was no Crip beef here. It became Crip beef because the homies started wilding, power hungry, Napoleon shit, conqueror shit, Moors, shit like that. We got hungry. Not all of us. I just say we because I'm part of a fraternity. I respect my niggas. I love my niggas. I don't got to be in the streets. That's not what it's about. You know what I'm saying? I could be the intelligent nigga that I am. I did the street shit and my name ring and I'm from a certain area. Shout out to 6 Wild. Shout out to Clay Ave. Shout out to Lux Sev and all that. Shout out to Webster. That's where I'm at. Shout out to Fulton, Boston Road, Soundview, Story. You know what I'm saying? All of that. We all together, right? So I come from that. So, but why would I have to take what I learned in the streets, the lessons, the honor, the code, the respect, the swag, the diddy bop? Why would I have to take all that, throw that in the garbage just because I don't want to be a street guy no more? Now again, shout out to Hocus. Shout out to Beamo, by the way. And Beam, get next to me, Mo. Sit in front of the camera. Let's talk about something. Let's get the kids off the streets, you heard? Now look, back to what I was talking about. You ain't got to drop your flag. You got to man up. You got to boss up. You got to G up. That's what this is about. You got to grow up. Now, when a cop retired, he's a retired police officer. Okay. When a gangbanger retire, he's a retired gangbanger. He still rep his shit. He still love his shit. But to say I denounced the gang, that's because you didn't make the decisions you needed to make. And there's still time for a lot of niggas to make the decisions that need to be made. If you a high-ranking gang nigga, go get in the community and do something, man. Don't take that money that the government gonna give you and do some fuck shit. Because it's a lot of bread. It's enough for you to take the money, do what you gotta do, and get you something. That's what this shit is about, man. These niggas is looking for the immediate come up, man. That's how they laugh at us. They laughing at us, man, because this shit is easy. We could come up. We could get on. The dropping your flag shit is a beautiful, beautiful thing. We don't need violent gang members. But look, for the niggas that's not gonna drop their flag, that's powerful. If it's about getting our people together, then start getting our people together. Start pulling some shorties together and saying, yo, Mo, listen, we ain't got to do all of that. We could do this. Don't give them a pack, even though that's the way. It's in the streets. Sometimes that's the only help a street nigga can give a little kid that's in the streets with nothing. Is a pack. He don't got nothing else. He only got that. That's what they made accessible to us. That's what they gave us. The whole drop your flag challenge is official. I'm with it. But for those who feel that they don't have to drop their flag in order to man up, in order to lead their community, then do it. Get out the street, go to school, learn some shit about the government, get into Congress. We need our people in those things. That's what we need our people. I didn't want to do this vlog. I wanted to talk about the hustler. Because currently, I live in Kingston, New York, and I pioneered the invasion of Kingston, New York with a lot of, I guess, noteworthy people, right? And I wanted to get into that because the youngins like to hear the 90s. They like to hear stories about the 90s. They like to hear how we did it. Remember, this is the land and this is the time when there was no cameras. Matter of fact, it was definitely the land before time. There was no cameras, there was no call for help. And I wanted to do a vlog about that and reminisce about that and then drop the jewel at the end. But since the homie Hocus, issued this challenge, I think that was very important and very noble. A lot of niggas is gonna be saying shit, giving up reasons why he all of a sudden want to denounce the gang. All right, those are his reasons if those are his reasons. If he says those are his reasons. Can't speculate, man. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one. Yo, I'm out of here, man. I'm about to get ready for that other vlog, man. This is Smoking Section TV. You know what it is.
Can't tell me nothing about this coke. Can't tell me nothing about this crack, this weed, my hustling niggas. Niggas on the corner, I ain't forget you, nigga.